Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your April 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again a reminder not to be scammed by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me offering you a reading. This person is not me, they are a scammer. Do not be scammed. I will not be soliciting you for anything. With that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. April 2021, money and career, Scorpio. April 2021, money and career, Scorpio. April 2021, money and career, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Let's see the chakra energy for this time. Scorpio. April 2021, money and career, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, these two. Okay. Fantastic. And then the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Scorpio needs to be mindful of? April 2021, money and career, Scorpio. What is the energy that Scorpio needs to be mindful of? April 2021, money and career, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This one right here. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to see what the tarot has to say. Oh, sorry. I had something in my eyes. All right, we are crowned here. We are crowned with strength, which is absolutely brilliant. This is also Leo energy. Time frame is July 23rd to August 22nd. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but also, since we are doing a money and career reading, we want to see Pentacles, we want to see Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles is like, you're the queen of the situation. You have what it takes to exceed, to exceed your expectations, to succeed, to go after what it is that you want. You're really on point during this time, which is a nice thing to know, especially financially. The Ace of Wands comes in, so God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift of passion, of creativity, of intensity when it comes around career. Because we want to see Pentacles, we want to see Wands. The Wand represents career. And the Pentacle, of course, represents money. Then we have the Emperor. Nobody's going to be able to boss you around, though somebody is going to try. You have the Emperor, which represents Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. You have this very strong energy of people kind of thinking that they know better, that they have better ideas than you do, that they can push you around just because they kind of want to. And they're going to take advantage of your good nature, Scorpio. And also the fact that you're going to, during this time or at times, you kind of let things build up until you just can't take it anymore, until it's just too much. This is a time where it's like, no, nip it in the bud, say what you need to say at the very beginning, like think about things, like don't be hot-headed, but also, look at what it is that you desire. There's a real sense here of taking control of situations. We have the Ace of Swords. You're just not going to be bullied during this time, which is awesome. Again, God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of clarity of knowledge, but also of empowerment of voice, but also a kind of focusing on the voice, on your air, on breathing, on embracing. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is success, prosperity, success that lasts for generations, a real sense of building something that lasts, building something that has merit to it. And it doesn't mean that we have to build something that is like, okay, everybody can inherit this. I was just thinking of my grandma. My grandma was a nurse, and nobody else became a nurse, right, after her. But there was a sense of like hard work and dedication and discipline that she instilled in everybody from what she did. And that's going to be something that's very important to us during this time. It's kind of like, okay, but I might not be always as talented as everybody else, or I might not see myself, and that's going to be a really big thing during this time. It's like, I might not see myself as talented as other people, but I put in the work, I put in the time, I put in the effort, I show up, I'm there, and because it's not that I'm there and it's like, that's good enough, like a warm body kind of thing, but it's like, I'm there to exceed my expectations and to succeed, and nothing and no one is going to stop me. And that's going to be the real gift that is a part of you during this time, Scorpio, just absolutely. The chakra energy for this time is both the throat chakra. So when we have the gift of the Ace of Swords, this power of words, this power of mental understanding, this power of saying, this is what I want, this is what I'm heading for, I'm not going to be pushed around. It's being a little bit more business-minded. It can be considered being a little bit cold, but it's not necessarily being cold. It's saying, I can only do so much. I can only give so much of my soul, so much to myself, to everyone and everything. I need to step back a bit. And it's listening and it's communicating with your angels, with your spirit guides. It's listening to what you want, to what you desire, to how you're moving forward. There's a real sense here of brilliance coming. And it's like, what am I listening for? What is it that I desire? How am I listening to myself? Where is it that I want to be? What are the dreams that I have? And instead of, being in competition with anybody else, instead of, looking at other people, it's like, no, where do I need to be? What do I desire? And that's going to be a real part of the throat chakra and the real point of the throat chakra during this time. It's not letting the ego take over, but it's very much being in the present moment and very much embracing the power of your voice, the power of your desire, the power of where it is that you want to be, and communicating that not only with yourself, but also with the rest of the world, kind of very much stating, this is who I am, this is how I'm moving forward. I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not going to be ignored. There is power to me. And the energy that we have to be mindful of is the Lord energy, the Emperor energy that comes through. These are people who want to lord things over us. These are people who want us to conform to the way that they see things, to the way that they want things. This is also a person who's very much ready for a battle. We can find at work that we have people who are just ready for a battle. They're just ready to start arguing. They can be your best friend 1 minute and your complete enemy the next. So just be very mindful of this. They're also going to kind of be your boss or somebody who maybe has been there longer. Don't get too comfortable with anybody during this time. I know that sounds rather paranoid. It's not meant to be. It's just really saying, don't get too comfortable. Don't expect them to be on your side. Look out for yourself first. And then, if you can look out for other people, do so. Yes, of course, be a good person, but make sure that you have yourself covered, because nobody else is going to kind of stand on the front lines for you during this time. The Strength card is coming forward. And the Strength card, when we're crowned with the Strength card and we're rooted with the success of the Ten of Pentacles, that's pretty cool. The Strength card is saying here to embrace our strength of tenacity, of, of passion, of what we desire. It's putting in the long hours. It's looking at things in a different light. It's also realizing that brute force strength is not the same as quiet, diligent strength. It's not saying, okay, I'll just work really hard, keep my head down, shut my mouth, do what I'm supposed to do, and people will, one day notice me. It doesn't really work like that. People will think, oh, okay, you're satisfied where you are. It's like, no, if I want to rise, it's making that known. But it's also showing the strength that I have within my work, the confidence that I have within myself, the tenacity that I have to push things just a little bit further than what others expected, but also to look at things in a different light, to pull people together. You're going to find yourself really as a linchpin a lot of the time during this time frame. And as you do this, there's a real sense of prosperity coming in. Now, this can manifest itself in the way of promotions or in the way of kind of being scouted by somebody else. I see somebody saying, wow, you're really good at this. You could kind of work for us type of deal. There is this real sense of nurturing the prosperity. So it might not happen now. It might be something that you're building towards. But there is a real sense of power and abundance and money. I just see money coming forward, which who doesn't love money coming forward? There is a sense of people turning towards you. It's like, oh my gosh, Scorpio, you have the answers. You have a lot more understanding of something than other people do. You could be a mentor to people during this time, and that would be a way of instilling wealth that lasts for generations because it's going to other generations. There is the sense of being opened and sharing, but there is also this sense of saying, this is what I've worked for, and I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not just going to hand it over to somebody else. There's a real sense of also seeing the connectivity of things. It's like, oh, how can I weave this together? How can I weave that together? The Queen of Pentacles naturally kind of like has a green thumb. So she naturally makes things grow. And that can be the wallet, that can be, a garden, that can be the way you pull people in around you. You have it so that you grow within a community. You grow within what is desired. People can get really jealous of that because they're like, well, how come you can do that and I can't? How come you can see that and I can't? It's like, well, it's because right now you just have a natural kind of blessing on you, but it's also because you're stepping back and you're looking at the bigger picture and you're not trying to fit people in positions or in things that they're not good at. It's kind of like when you work at a shop and you have to have somebody greet. You don't pick the person who's going to be super shy and super quiet and that you can't even see to greet and hand out things. You're going to choose the person who is more bubbly, a little bit more kind of like, in your face just a little bit, but not abrasively. So here, that's exactly what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to look at the situation and say, oh, well, I need that kind of person here, and I need that type of personality there, and I need to look at that, and I need to look at this. And then it leads us to the Ace of Wands. It really leads us to shining in our career, whatever it be, whether you be, a physicist or whether you be, you run a shop. It really doesn't matter. What matters here is the way that you shine. And there is this sense of shining brightly within yourself, within what you desire, within where you're headed, what you're going. There is a light to you. There is a spark to you that others do not have. And this is for the long term. This is for where you want to be. This is for what you are desiring creating within yourself. But this is also the light within you. It's kind of like a lighthouse leading you home. You're looking at things and it's like, okay, here's the warning. There are rocks ahead. Here's the warning. There's, tougher terrain than you had expected. Let me guide you. And that's what divinity is giving us. Divinity is giving us a gift that guides us to more than we expected, to more than we had originally understood. And it also lets us shine with our passion and saying, but this is what I want, and this is who I am, and this is where I need to be. And it brings us to the Emperor. The Emperor doesn't roll over and play dead at all. The Emperor is a fighter. The Emperor, with being representative of Aries energy, Aries is the god of war. And so we're ready for battles. Even though we will not have to have them, well, there is the other emperor that we come up against, the other person who thinks, you should do things my way, you should listen to just what I say. But there's this real sense of, no, I know what I'm doing. And also, I'm willing to learn, like most definitely. If this could lead me forward, if this could be more, sure, show me, but don't belittle me. Don't talk down to me. That's going to be something that, really gets under our skin during this time. It's like, no, 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 don't be a jerk. And so the Emperor is calling us forward, and it's calling us to kind of stand taller, head up high, straighter. And it's like, this is what I want for my life, and this is where I'm headed, and nobody can stop me, and I'll fight for it. And we might not get there when we want to get there. We always have. I know me personally, I had these arbitrary time frames. And I thought, okay, this by this age, that by this age, everything just falling into line. And life didn't work out that way. And it was really upsetting at first. There were times where I just looked at my life and I was like, where am I headed? What is this? But if I didn't have all those bumps and all those hardships and all those pains and all those different disappointments, I wouldn't be here. And here is where I was born to be. And the Emperor has us keep fighting till we find where we were born to be. And it might not be what anybody else expects. They might not respect it either. They might think, oh, well, that's super silly. Fine, that's your opinion. But this is my life. And I get to shine brightly with it. Other people, will sit there and be like, oh my gosh, that's totally awesome. That's so brilliant. That's so wonderful. So it depends on who you're talking to. So we cannot let the opinions of others dictate us. The general has to see the plan and say, this is what I want. This is how I'm executing what I desire. This is how I'm moving forward. And it brings us to the Ace of Swords. It's the gift of knowledge. During this time, you'll be able to look at things and see things a lot more clearly than others. So it can bring up jealousy. Just be mindful of this, because you'll be like, oh, well, what about this? The answer comes instantaneously. For others, it doesn't. They're like, well, what do you mean? Why can't you do it like this? And why can't you do it like that? And they'll try half a dozen different ways. And you'll be looking at them and being like, well, that's just silly. Like, why would you even think of that? It's going to fail this way, or you're going to find these hardships. And the fact of the matter is, you're going to be right more often than not. And that's going to really tick off this person right here, who wants everybody to turn and listen to them. Especially if it's a boss, especially if it's somebody new who's come in and is trying to prove themselves or is in a new position, and they're just like, well, this is the way it is. And you're looking at them and you're like, you really have no idea, do you? There's a sense also of expression. So during this time, if you keep a journal, that would be excellent. If you talk to yourself, like in the mirror, or if you just talk to yourself to work out your thoughts, that would be also really good. But there is a sense here of kind of needing to communicate what it is that you want, like what it is that you want long term, but also how you're perceiving things now, meditation, and just letting a certain mantra come up in that meditation. It's kind of like, I can't change the past. And just letting that to come up and be comforting, because it's like, no, I can't change the past, but I have to move forward in my present. I can't worry about the future. It can be another one that comes forward. It's like, I have to live in the present. I only have this moment. And so there's going to be things that come forward within the mind if we let ourselves focus on the breath and the mind that really do help guide us throughout the day and set the tone. We can also see how balanced we are. If we set the tone with meditation, a lot of times we don't have the time to meditate, but if we could, even for 5 minutes, that would be absolutely brilliant. But we can also see how imbalanced we are with ourselves to do a little bit of yoga, or just to kind of stand on one foot and say, okay, standing on one foot, am I wiggling and wobbling? This means, I'm out of balance with myself. Okay, I know that. I know that I need to be a little bit kinder, take things a little bit more gentle. If we find that stand on one foot, totally in balance, we can go at things a little bit harder, really use that strength to conquer and to really go after kind of like the battle plans that we have, the goals that we have. The Ten of Pentacles is rooted here in success. Success that brings forward prosperity, that brings forward money, that brings forward abundance, success that changes the tides of things, that has us looking at things differently. This is success also that can come and be inherited. So what's really interesting here is Spirit is showing, you could have had one caregiver, one person who helped raise you, who was absolutely, generous and abundant, and another caregiver who was very stingy, very miserly. And you're going to see here that you're breaking away from those chains of miserliness, like there isn't enough, and moving towards the freedom and the kind of abundant soaring of there is always enough within this world. And I just have to open myself to the way divinity wants me to move forward in success. traverse the planes differently, look at things more openly, more honestly for myself. There is a sense here of wisdom, and I see this because, and Spirit is having me say this, is because there's wisdom from the past that starts coming forward, but there's also curses from the past that start being broken. And it changes things. Now, it can be from a caregiver, it can be from a lover, it can even be from, a friend or a sibling that just was nasty and said something really cruel, and always those doubts kind of come up. Now you're going to see yourself breaking free, and you're going to see yourself really focusing on you during this time, because you have the repeat of the number one. It's like, I'm focusing on myself. I know what it is that I want. I know where it is that I'm going. I'm tenacious. I'm focused. I'm blessed, and nothing is going to stop me. And that energy is going to be so important during this time. It's like nothing gets to stand in my way, because I am nurturing this abundance that is forever growing and forever becoming more. Even when we have people saying, no, you can't. It's like, oh yeah, yes, I can, and watch me. So let's see the spirit guide message. Scorpio. April 2021, money and career. Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, these two. So we have here purposeful and mindful. So we have to be purposeful. We have to be mindful of our purpose and filled with this purpose is what divinity is showing me. It's being purposeful. It's like everything has its reason. Everything has its cause. Like doing everything mindfully, purposefully, with this sense that it's connected to more is going to be so important. And being mindful of where we are, how we want to move forward, others, being able to get to that point where I can help other people out, I can lend a hand and pull them up and help them move forward and say, okay, that's great. Now it's kind of like up to you, right? So here it's just living in mindful purpose. Let's see our spirit animal message. Scorpio, April 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Yeah, during this time, okay, when we have the strength, when we have this tenacity, we can have people lead us off course, especially people who seem to really know what they're talking about and be very kind of like alluring in what they're saying and how they're saying it. This is a time where we have to be loyal to what we love. It's like, is that me? Can I do that? Or, am I going to turn my back on the people that are important to me or the values that are important to me just because somebody says that it might be able to get me what I want? So here it's being loyal to what you love and being loyal to who you are. And you'll see that the road might be a little bit more difficult than you would want it to be, but the success that comes, it can take longer, but it will be more than you expected. The subconscious spirit animal message is the groundhog spirit. It says time to let go. It's time to let go of the doubts and the fears and the angers and the upsets and the hurts and the disappointments. And it's time to embrace what is needed. And it's time to embrace ourselves. The subconscious spirit message is evolve. We are evolving like the butterfly, like the caterpillar into the butterfly, into something that was never expected. I remember when I was little, and I think it was in like kindergarten or first grade, right? They had the little caterpillars and, they became butterflies. And I remember thinking, oh no, a butterfly and a caterpillar, they're so different. They couldn't possibly. And yet they do. And it's like magic. So the person that we once were and the person that we are becoming, they are so different. But it's like magic. The way that we evolve within our souls, within ourselves, within what we believe we can do and in what we doubt. And now it's time to let ourselves fly. It's letting ourselves take flight towards our goals, towards our dreams, towards our abundance. It leads us to our subconscious chakra message, which is love, the heart chakra. If we do things without love it to it, or for it, or with it, it's nothing. Letting our hearts shine, connecting that bit of soul's magic, that bit of beauty, that bit of creativity, connecting with it and evolving with it. That's what changes the game. And that's what makes us stand out. The subconscious person message is the King of Wands. Amplifying the fire energy. This is somebody who's very focused, who very much wants what they want, and isn't afraid to go after it no matter what. And this is kind of like an energy that we need to kind of embrace to an extent, because we still need to be loyal to who we are and what we love and why we're here on this earthly plane, and to live gently and kindly and considerately, but not to be walked all over, which is a very hard thing to learn and a very hard balance to come to. There's passion here, there is tenacity, there is brilliance. Let it shine, but don't let people bully you, because they're going to want to, especially in business. They're going to want to take credit for what you have done. They're going to want to manipulate the situation. Stand in your purpose. Stand your ground. The subconscious tarot message is the Queen of Swords. So you're definitely taking this gift of knowing your voice and embracing your voice. And this is a sense of, again, being very business-minded. It's saying, you know what? Emotions are good, but right now I need logic, I need facts, I need to be determined, I need to be focused, schedules, to have everything all laid out and to just be able to embrace what I desire. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace and are crowned in everlasting prosperity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio.